We have Chris Craner, the Chief Digital and Technology Officer of Universal Parks and Resorts. We have Prit Penyapap from MQDC Adelius. And we have Bart Tantananta from the Group Deputy CEO of TMB and the Evangelist for Translucia. And Buck, I'll give you this. So thank you. I'm very honoured to have such a good group together. So I'm going to start out with an easy one, and I'm going to let each of you answer in turn. But what do you think is valuable about the metaverse today, and what do you hope it will be in the future? And Prit, can I start with you?
Sure. I think seems to be a simple question, but probably take some time for us to define the clear answer for this one. From MQDC Idealias, I would say we don't imagine the full flesh of the metaverse as people going to 100% living in the virtual world. So basically, to what extent that we could bridge the virtual and the physical experiences together in a more tangible manner, or what you mentioned earlier, Emma, about the intangible value, right? To what extent that we could turn that intangible value into the more tangible forms to our customers, to the communities that we're going to engage. I think that is certainly the key of the value that we need to define and deliver to our customers, I would say. Let me pause there first.
Amazing.
Well, for us, we are an entertainment and content creation company, right? In the past few years, we've experienced some disruption from our traditional revenue streams. So the metaverse is actually offering us a really great opportunity to extend the content and the IP that we are creating into new revenue streams. And we specialize in family-friendly content, right? So the metaverse, Translucia, that we're trying to create is actually a metaverse built for good. It is something that we're trying to build a community of like-minded people who have impact and change ideas in how they do business. And we've been very successful in finding partners like Idealias and whatnot who are joining us to try to extend what they're currently doing in their corporate initiatives with CSR into the metaverse. And the key to that really is the interactivity. Everyone keeps talking about the interactivity. The brand values really come into play here when people are able to interact and really become part of that conversation or that initiative that you're trying to do. So that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Amazing. And actually, this is probably a good time to talk about how Translucia and Adelius are actually connected. Do one of you want to kind of spend a minute talking about that?
Would you like to start first, Kun Park?
Sure. So Translucia, we are developing from the ground up. It is going to be a metaverse, like I said, metaverse for good. And we envision it as being an environment that is an extension of the real world. So it's a hybrid experience where we have real real estate development within it. And then you can have a digital twin of what it is online to experience what it is that you're doing. But in addition to that, we have what we envision will be an engine that transforms efforts that are done in goodness into wellness, into new forms of prosperity for us, and ultimately to help you achieve a certain level of happiness, right? And the definition for goodness for us is actions where you are good to others, good to society and the environment, and good to yourself. So that's where the wellness comes in. If we're only focusing on profit making, right? Everyone can focus on working, 80-hour weeks, make a lot of money. But if your health goes astray, you can't enjoy the benefits and you can't reap the fruits that you did. So what we're trying to do is create a metaverse platform that helps balance all of that. So that's Translucia.
Thank you so much, Kun Park. I think for MQDC, we are the prominent real estate developer based in Thailand, right? With the metaverse, we believe that there is a great strategic alignment with Translucia. As a platform, Translucia is going to do the difficult job for us, in terms of the technology stack building, those platform integration and so, right? What we try to achieve is that to have our business, the real estate one, to be able to scale up and utilizing the metaverse as the new digital transformation, the way that we could reimagine uh, the way that we could engage with our customers, with our own communities at the global scale, not just to stick or constrain at any physical location. And so, I think we are going to be the very first metaverse developer on Translucia platform. For MQDC, when we develop each and every physical projects, the real estate project in the physical world, right? We operate on the principle for all well-being, not just only to improve the quality of life for the human being, but to be part of the greater collective effort, I would say, to taking the good care of the planet Earth, of the world of biodiversities. And so, with the metaverse, we hope that we could extend that to the next level, and I hope that we could provide a future living solution for the people, not just only in the physical world, but with the right integration with the virtual experiences. And so, I think that's the key for us.
Okay. What do you think you would miss out on if you were not experimenting in the metaverse space right now, or if you were ignoring this kind of tech trend? What do you think would be the risk to your business if you didn't do it right now?
I think two very important words that we've heard up here is segmentation and storytelling. And I think Molly's point about how this new generation has their own devices, that allows us to really do custom segmentation right down to the individual, which has not been possible right before. So that means our ability to tell stories, when we're building brands, right, we're basically telling the story of our business. And it's always been like one-way communication. We buy billboards, we buy ads or whatnot. So for us to be able to build that brand affinity with people, it's always been like trying to use a shotgun to talk to people. But the metaverse allows this opportunity where we can customize the experience right to the individual so that they have a personal relationship to the brand itself.
Yeah.
Right. I think, it's very interesting, Emma, when you mentioned about change agent. I think that is also the key for MQDC and our Metaverse initiative to be part of that change agent through our Metaverse development somehow. The whole value that we could make it tangible to our customers going to be rely upon the way that we could address the pain points as well as the unmet needs, I would say. I think somehow that is the key. And from the other aspect, I would say since our company, MQDC, is totally dedicated and commit to deliver the well-being experiences to the people, we start with this question during the COVID, how many hours that everyone spend per day online, For me, any certain day, it could be 8 to 10 hours, right? I could relate to you as well, Chris, that it's going to be nonsense until we encounter it, Since we already spend at least like 8 hours per day online, virtually, right? When we think about the well-being experience, and when we take it very seriously, I think it's come to our Metaverse initiative and the way that we could make it more engaging, make it more immersive, and deliver the genuine connection and the societal relationship to the people. I think that's the key for us. And if we not start it right now, I would say we're going to miss this opportunity, to define the new era of the social interaction.
I think you each kind of touched on it a little bit too, but like experimenting now versus when mass adoption has happened, like what do you think the difference is? Like I think experimenting now means you've got a lot more freedom to kind of learn, to fail, to change tack. How do each of you think about what you would do now versus once mass adoption?
So Translucia, because we are a metaverse for good, right? The community that we're trying to build are people who want to make an impact in the world, and it's a very, very passionate community. So we found it to be a nice niche to be in because everyone is pushing really hard because I think one of the key things that we see here is there needs to be equality of opportunity in this world, and that needs to come now because that gap between everything is so big, right? So we feel like the opportunity is now. The metaverse, it's not like we're building it from the ground up. All the technologies exist. We just need to leverage it in the right way. So it's a great time for us to play because there's no dollar value to the development of it yet, right? So now is the time to experiment before everyone figures out their business model and starts premiums on us.
Right. I think I could relate to all the panelists. To wait for the mass adoption, we're going to be the follower, definitely. But the other aspect to look at it is that if we would like to innovate the new experiences to our customers, to the communities, I think it's really timely, to be one of the first pioneering member, not just only like for one company, but the whole pioneering company here at the CES, to join in this collective effort to drive what we believe going to create a positive impact for the people through the metaverse. It's timely since it is part of the filtering process. I would say, not that many people without any creative or innovative thinking going to initiate this type of stuff. So actually it is the right the right time and the right platform for us to consider metaverse as the new innovation playground for us to collaborate, I would say.
Excellent. So we have time for maybe just one more question. Bark, I was going to ask this to you first, but I would love everybody to chime in on this. You've all mentioned working with Accenture, and we are very grateful and very thrilled to be working with all of you. Lots of exciting things happening. But as you think about your selection of partners, your other partners, like what are the other kind of characteristics and values that you look for in those other partners to kind of help you achieve this kind of future state?
Right. So for Translucia, because we are working with a lot of technology companies, what's very interesting about it is a lot of tech companies are very, how should I say it, are very socially conscious, right? So it's really great in that when they see what we're trying to do, they come in. Our tech stack has a bunch of companies that are helping from blockchain all the way to animation and whatnot, who have the same value system as us in terms of trying to create an impact in the world. So they're very passionate. They're working so hard in trying to bring this world to life for us. So in terms of the partners that we're doing, I think the fact that we went with this really passionate community has been a really positive execution for us.
I can keep it short for this one. I think two major criteria for us here. The first one is that the partners that fully commit to well-being. I think that's huge and ambitious enough already. We are the real estate company that try to deliver the value to complete the notion of well-being. We got the partner at Translucia, TNB Media from the entertainment sector, right? I think we need the whole complete set of partners across industries, to help us to define what would be the best possible way that we could create the use case together through the metaverse to deliver the well-being experiences to the people and to the world. I think that's the first criteria for us. Second criteria, I would say, at MQDC we live through the philosophy of business and social integration. When we talk about the value, I would say not just only the commercial or financial value, but to what extent that we could deliver the positive impact, the societal values to the people, to the community at large. I think these are the two major criteria for us.